Welcome back, everybody, to Windy City Bropen PGA DFS Live Before Lock show. Uh, Very excited to get into it, guys. It is a major week. This is the second major of the season. It's the PGA Championship playing at Aromanink, the Mink, as they call it. I've just butchered it there, but yeah, they're playing at the Mink this week, and it should be very exciting. A lot of different theories about how it's going to play this week. I can't wait to get into that with you guys. Sorry I didn't get to break down the review of last week. It was a no cash week. Almost got there with Ricky. I told you guys on the round three showdown that I was going to throw a live bet on Ricky to win outright. He was almost there. Bogeyed 18. Would have put a little pressure on Reeton if he didn't bogey there. But unfortunately, he did not quite get there. T2 is good, though, but no cash in the lineup. And just a couple plays. Ricky, obviously, he got there. Batia was not a good play last week. Kitayama wasn't a bad fade. He wasn't a good fade necessarily either. I think he finished in like the top 20. So not good, not bad. Trying to think of who else. Some of the sleeper plays were really good last week. McCarty, Hall, Yellow Miraju, all those guys had pretty good weeks. McCarty and Hall. Hall kind of fell off on Sunday, but and McCarty too. But those guys all had great weeks as low value or high value guys, lower owned, all good plays. Uh, Before I get into my PGA Championship talk here. I just want to remind you guys of the August 2nd for fantasy sake golf outing played at Highland Springs and Saki golf courses. The entry fee is $320 a team. That's $80 a person. This includes cart, 18 holes. You also get vouchers for Lifted Energy and Hungry Carnivore. So it's just a good event to get out there and support the community. That's all the proceeds go to community-driven efforts, such as like Toys for Tots. It's a very good, fun, community-driven effort. It'd be great to see you guys out there. You can watch me swing like a jackass. Got a couple buddies a couple Windy City Bro Pen guys going to swing like jackasses too. But it should be fun. It'd be nice to get to meet some of you guys, chat about sports, chat about your favorite teams, chat about golf, what have you. Very excited about it. If you guys are interested in signing up, check out the For Fantasy Sake page. Check out my page. Get a hold of DJ or myself. Get signed up. We'd love to have you out there. But we'll get into it now. PGA Championship this week. The first thing we definitely want to talk about is the weather. Yes, the weather. This week's weather. So for the first 2 days, the wind is probably going to be in that 10 to 15 mile an hour range, with gusts being a little bit heavier. I didn't see a discernible edge between AM and PM, PM AM. Looks like it's kind of pick your poison. Maybe you could nitpick it a little bit, but I didn't see anything that was too discernible to make it a noticeable wave edge. So that's something to consider. But also part of the weather this week, the conversation this week has been, oh, these guys are going to bomb and gouge. It's going to play easier than expected. People are expecting U.S. Open, and it's going to be disappointing to those people. Yeah, it's not going to be the U.S. Open. But I do think the course is going to play tougher than people are making it out to be. There was supposed to be some rain today/tonight, and that dissipated. So it didn't happen. So the course should be more firm than expected. And with the wind, it's going to bake out even more. I do think it'll be a tough tournament. I don't think it's going to be single-digit scoring to win. I think you're probably looking at 11 to 13 under is probably going to be the winner here. Just because, the course, if you miss your spot on these greens, that ball is going to roll to where, it could roll 30 feet away. More. I'm probably being generous at that. The way these greens are set up, they're turtleback greens. So, yeah, if you miss your mark this week, you're going to roll out and you're going to have some work to do. The way the course is set up, it is easier on the front nine. That's where you got to take advantage of your scoring. The first 6 holes, you're really shooting for hopefully 3 birdies in that stretch before you start to get into some of the tougher parts of this course. The back 9 features a par 4 that's almost 550 yards long. That's going to be hellacious. I think somebody said, I think it's hole 15. I think I saw somebody tweet today saying, they saw Bryson take a club head cover off. We're talking about Bryson. So Bryson's swinging a fairway metal. That just doesn't happen very often. So I do think this course will have its teeth. It's going to present its challenges. Obviously, you got to be in the fairway here mostly. The rough, from what I understand, there's some spots in the rough that will be easier to get out of than others. But I mean, if you're in trouble in the rough, you're not hitting that ball more than 100 yards. From everything I've read, that's how tough the rough is. So it's going to be important to be in the fairway. I was looking at guys that had, in particular, a good drive percentage. That just means they're hitting the ball in a good, giving themselves a good position for their second shot off the tee. So I'm kind of looking for guys that are doing that this week. Obviously, guys that can bomb the ball. You're going to want a little nuance there, though. Seriously, you definitely, you're going to want guys that have some short game to them, guys that can battle. It's going to take more than just the driver. It's not going to be exactly easy this week. And when you get in trouble this week, it's going to be hard to get out of that trouble. Like I said, the way the greens roll out, when you miss your mark, you're battling it. And some of these holes, like par is going to be excellent the way this is set up. Like I said, the hole 15, that's a 550-yard par four. Unreal. There's par fives that are shorter than that. I believe it's the longest par four they'll play all year. So there are definitely holes that are set up for these guys to fail. You're going to want guys that have every club in the bag to be able to bounce out of that trouble when they get into it. So with that being said, there's some sleepers that I like this week. Sleepers / value plays that I like this week. I like Yellow Mirage again. 6,900. Guy's playing really good golf. And he's not really, I think he's sub 5% ownership. Why not? The guy's been playing great golf. Got an argument for Rookie of the Year. I like him as a value play / sleeper. Another guy I like is Matt McCarty. He's been playing really good golf, and he's in the 5Ks this week. He's going to have a little bit of ownership. I think he's going to probably push close to 10%, but he's been playing really good golf. He probably should be priced higher than that. So I'll be looking at him as a guy that I'm going to sneak into my lineup that'll help me pay up for a couple more guys up top. Another guy is Christopher Regan, who just won last week. A lot of people don't like to play guys that won the week before just because, he won last week, so he can't win this week. I don't really care about that. For his price, he's 6,200. If he gets me a top 20, even a top 30 with the right combination of guys, I'm probably pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to ride with the hot hand in a guy like that. And then the last guy, he was also a sleeper for me at the Masters, Nick Taylor. He's in that 5K range too. He's kind of got every club in the bag. The way the tournament sets up, I think it sets up favorably for him. As far as the scoring goes, I like him in those like 10 under to 13 under type tournaments. Maybe 15 under, stretching a little bit. But I think Taylor has every club in the bag to get it done too. So those are the 4 guys that I kind of like as sleeper value plays. That's Yellow Miraju, McCarty, Reeton, and Nick Taylor. Now there's 2 guys this week though that I really just can't get to, and that I'm going to be fading this week. The first one's Patrick Cantlay. And now Cantlay's ownership isn't crazy. He's probably going to be in the 10 to 15% range. But when you look at his ownership compared to the 3 guys above him and the 3 guys below him, all those guys to me are comparable golfers or better. For example, Russ Henley. He's 200 cheaper and probably 5 to 6% less owned. And it might change tomorrow. Russ could get steamed tonight, and he could be higher on than Cantlay. That's definitely a possibility. But the way it's set up right now, the ownerships I'm looking at, I just can't play Cantlay when there's other options around him that are less owned, possibly cheaper. I just would rather go with one of those guys than Patrick Cantlay. I know he's played well lately, but he hasn't really done it in majors. I think his pricing is part of pedigree versus how he's actually played over the last year and a half, 2 years. I'm just probably not going to get to Cantlay. And the other guy that I won't be getting to is $6,500 Nikolai Højgaard. He's projected to be over 20% on several sites that I've seen. No, no, thank you. Give me Rio at less than 5% owned versus 20% plus owned Nikolai Højgaard. It's really just a simple game. Um, and that's not to say, like, if you like these guys, these are just guys I'm fading. If you like these guys and you got to lean on them, then pivot in another range, you know. But these are just two ranges that I'm looking at that I'm going to be fading these guys. They just don't make sense to me to play. Like I just can't, you know. Nikolai Højgaard, we could flip the cards tomorrow, and Højgaard could be 25+% owned. If he shits the bed, that's 25% of the field out of there. I'm not going to bet on Nikolai Højgaard like that. I'm just not. So he to me, he's a pretty easy fade at that ownership. The guys that I'm playing this week, I got 5 guys that I really like this week that I'm going to probably put outrights on. Probably do some mix and match. Top 10, top 20 parlays, stuff like that. Pretty much these 5 guys, I feel like they can win or have top 10 finishes. And they are Tyrrell Hatton, Russ Henley, Xander Schauffele, Ludwig Aberg, and Matt Fitzpatrick. Hatton, man, he is just an absolute ball player. I wish the PGA would have found a way to keep him because he's definitely a guy that you can market. He gives one of us vibes. The way he talks to himself is, I mean, reminiscent of any of us playing golf on the golf course. I mean, he cusses at himself, he degrades himself, but he's a bulldog. That's one thing I like about him. He may get into trouble, but that tough mentality, he battles back, he battles out of it. He's a good driver of the golf ball. This is a kind of scoring tournament. I'm not really a fan of Hatton in a quote unquote like birdie fest type setting. Like if it's gonna be 20 under winner, I don't love Hatton in those. This kind of range and below is where I like Hatton. And I think he's got the every club in the bag to battle here. He's got the mentality. He's playing really good golf. He bombs it off the tee. He kind of just checks all the boxes. So I like Tyrrell Hatton this week as a guy you can click up towards the top in the 9K range. Russ Henley is another one. He has every club in the bag. No, he is not a bomber, but that's your way of being different. If everybody's going to target bombers and I can get a high quality golfer like Russ for lower ownership than projected, it's another easy decision. Give me Russ versus some of these other guys because Russ is a baller when it comes to majors too, right? It doesn't matter. People get too caught up in distance with Russ, and he's just a solid all around golfer. When you have a guy like that that can get it done with multiple clubs in the bag, he has a short game, the pedigree. It's just an easy play. Like why would I play Cantlay over him? That it just makes no sense to me, right? So Russ is a guy I'll be getting to. Xander Schauffele is another one. Now, Xander, me and him have been having a little up and down adventure together this year. He has, if I had $1 for every 4 to 8 foot putt he missed this year, I bet you I'd have like $20 with him in my lineup. He just seems to lose the putter when I play him. I'm hoping he has the pedigree here. He's won a PGA Championship. He's obviously a really good golfer. I think he's close to putting it all together and getting that end result that we're looking for. So I'm going to be looking at Xander too this week up top. Ludes, he let me down at the Masters, but forgive and forget. This is another guy, pedigree. He shows up in these big time events. And he bombs it off the tee. He keeps it in the fairway. He's very straight off the tee. Just kind of an easy play there. I think he's got a lot of top 10 equity. I think he's got a chance to win his first major too. And then the last guy I said was Matt Fitzpatrick. And Fitz is basically, he's winning every other week, playing phenomenal golf. It's probably best golf of his career. He's a good golfer, but he's having his best run of his career right now. And yeah, I'm gonna get in with that. I like him up there. You could go back and forth between him and Cam Young. My lean right now is Fitz. Just gonna give it to Fitz over Cam Young up top. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking as far as the guys I like up top. I mean, obviously, I could get up here and be like, yeah, Scotty and Rory. Of course, yeah, I think those guys could obviously win. They're the best golfers in the field. Um, but yeah, I try to give you guys some different opinions, some different thoughts and ideas to not be so run of the mill. Guys up there like Rom and DeChambeau, like DeChambeau burnt me so damn bad at the Masters, but I would consider running him out there this week, but I probably won't just because he burnt me at the Masters. Kind of hope he sucks here, so maybe you can get him for the real low at the U.S. Open. But we'll see how that goes. You got some other guys up top there like Morikawa, Fleetwood, Hovland. I just don't know. Like Fleetwood's probably of those three I just said would be the one I'd be most likely to get to. Cow's back's not 100%, and Hovland, man, I don't know. I wish we could get 23 Hovland back. That was so magical. He's pretty much led me through hell since then. So uh 9600 is a lot for him, but maybe he finds it this week. Could be, but probably not a guy I'm going to get to. Uh, as far as this week goes, though, I'm just super pumped that we got a full field. I'm getting sick of these no cut events, 72-man fields. Give me these 156 person fields, just like it used to be. It's more fun when you just have more options to choose from. It gives you more variance. When it's 72 guys, you kind of see where the ownership clusters, and sometimes you just play the game around that, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not as fun. When there's a cut, there's just so much more on the line. Getting your 6 of 6s really allow you to separate in a contest. These no cut events, I mean, you're pretty much, you don't really know if you're going to win until, or even have a chance until early Sunday at that point. Whereas like a full field event after the cut, if you have a 6 of 6, you know if you got a decent chance going into Saturday, and then after Saturday, that's when it's really evident if you're going to win or not, or if you have a chance to get like the top five finish, barring like a complete collapse. Been there in that position a couple times, and yeah, it's usually Saturday night. Like after the round ends Saturday, you're sitting in the top anywhere inside the top 25 to 50, and that's when you know like you got a chance to win that tournament, as long as the guy up top hasn't boat raced it. Uh, but yeah, appreciate you guys all tuning in this week. Very exciting with the major. I'm going to be tuned in all week. Make sure you guys download the app so you can track your golfers. I know it's going to be dog shit because they pretty much all the apps for all the majors suck. Even the regular PGA Tour app sucks sometimes. But I imagine it's going to be a pain in the ass. But we'll be watching anyways. We'll be following. I'm really hoping they have some pretty good showdown contests this week. The $100 single entry could have been better for week long kicking the nuts. But the 1111 person tournament has the same like payout structure up top as the 666 person tournament. So I just ended up playing in the 666 person tournament because I mean it's the same payout up top and I got fewer people to beat, so why wouldn't I do that? Uh but yeah, hopefully we get some good showdown contests. And next up we'll have the US Open. Maybe they might have some tickets out this weekend for that. Those are always fun. I don't know if the US Open's going to have the 44-44 or the 33-33. I haven't looked into that yet, but we'll be finding out soon enough. But like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. Get over to the page and get signed up for the golf tournament. We'd really love to have you guys all out there. I'm super stoked for it. Can't wait to go out there and shoot 100. It'll be a blast. But thank you guys as always for tuning in, and we'll be back with you on Friday. Peace.